Okay, everyone, ready for horizontal bar? So nice to be in front of all of you again. And of course, I have up front here my email address if you ever have any questions about the rules for horizontal bar. Frozen. Give me 1 second, everyone, I'm frozen. Okay, there we go. So let's talk about horizontal bar and a reminder going to newsletter number 1, start of exercise. As you remember, a cast consisting of a maximum of 3 swings is permitted in order to begin an exercise without deduction. There's more terminology in here, but most importantly, the coach is also allowed to push the gymnast into the swing, and that counts as one of the swings. Take a look at the video. This is just a reminder from newsletter 1. Obviously, these newsletters came after the judges' courses, so it's important for us to pass on this information and make sure you remember in case you're drawn for horizontal bar. Another reminder from newsletter 1, grip changes. An additional grip change is considered as an intermediate or additional hand support and will be deducted 1/10 each time. Examples include Zuliman to mixed grip followed by an immediate grip change. That will be deducted 0.1, but the Zuliman is recognized. Adler full turn to mixed grip followed by immediate grip change to undergrip will be deducted 1/10. Endo, kip, or uprise backward with overgrip, followed by 2 consecutive grip changes to undergrip will be deducted 0.1 for the second grip change. And elements in mixed grip, giant forward, endo, uprise backward, kip, followed by 1 grip change to undergrip will not receive a deduction. We have the quick video here. You can see the hand change for 1/10 deduction. Also, you can see the hand change. Another hand change. Here's some examples with no deduction. Another one with no deduction. And you get the idea. Some great examples there. And no deduction. Let's move to the next reminder, and the last reminder from newsletter 1. Uprise backward to free hip circle as a mount. If the gymnast performs an uprise backward to support, followed by a free hip or other movement, they will receive a 3/10 deduction for reversal of direction. If no support is shown in the swing rearward, then there will be no deduction. Support is when the arm angle is less than 45 degrees from arm to body. Let's take a look. Here it is with the measurement. clearly supported. And again with the angle measurement. -3/10 reversal of direction. Things are getting better. Clearly done well. No deduction. Last example. And no deduction. So let's take a look at reminder from newsletter 2. As you have seen, the technical committee has made some specific determination related to the recognition of the Winkler and Pogorelic elements. But it's important to mention that the reason for the MTC to make such decisions is there have been gymnasts that are performing these elements by holding onto the bar very long with one arm in order to help them clearly catch this element. But by holding on very long with one arm, what's happening is they're breaking their body angle. They're bending their body in order to catch the longer they hold on to the bar. So you don't have to worry about recognition, but you do have to worry about if they sustain, what deduction they sustain. Is it 1/10 for a small pipe, 3, or 5/10? The jury will do their work. But it's important to note there's many deductions that can lie in this element and also some others. The key for you as execution jury judges is to look for these other deductions and take them as needed. And I added one item that is not in the newsletter, is catching with bent arms can also be a small or medium deduction. So we want to use this table to make sure that these elements are evaluated properly. As you know, in the Code of Points, we have this deduction table. I'm not going to review every item in the table, but just to remind you that if you are drawn for horizontal bar, please review this table carefully and be sure you know these deductions and what's the lowest and highest deductions you can take. Let's talk about some key themes for this e-jury presentation. I'm going to show you some angle pass handstand comments, also some angle pass handstand comments related to mixed or L-grip, quast, or flying giants. Then also some non-distinct body position reminders. And then bent knees during swing actions, small, medium, or large deductions. All of you know this table from the Code of Points, and I really think the past technical committee did a great job at positioning these two separate tables for deductions. You just have to remember that Adlers, Spalders, Endos, also with the terms, have a separate table for taking deductions from mixed or L-grip, quast, or flying giants. And you can see where the real difference occurs is in these zones right here. So make sure you're aware of this, you review it, and you are prepared to take the appropriate deductions. Then also, we see a lot of flight elements on the horizontal bar and also dismounts. It's important to note that we're looking for distinct body positions. Are they fully tucked, fully piped? Are they totally straight? If they're missing from the exact position that they are attempting, deductions should follow. Let's move now to something that is extremely evident on the horizontal bar, but sometimes the gymnast is moving so quickly, it's difficult to determine what is the deduction, and that's bent knees during swing actions. Typically occurring, as we know, this typically occurs when the gymnast is performing a flight element or the dismount. So let's take a look at one example in normal speed. Could we see the deduction? Let's take a look at it with a freeze. And you can see clearly that the legs are more bent when you freeze it than when it's in regular motion. But that's important to note because you know that if you see it bend, it's probably a little worse than what you're actually seeing at regular speed. We're going to move now to our exercises for practice. We're only doing 3 because we're running low on time and we have a draw to do. We're going to move to the other computer. Everybody ready for exercise 1? 1 of 3. Hopefully this is an easy one for your warm-up. Now the time is calculated. Okay, everybody's ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. You can see that he's got bent ankles several times, 5 times in the exercise. Easier to see with white socks. Bent knees 3 times, bent arms, 1 hand slide, preparation for landing, and a fall, and some other deductions. But these were the main ones. Let's take a look at the routine. Okay, you see the range? You're in the range, you're doing a good job. Okay, we're going to move to exercise number 2.
헐. 오.
Fast-paced routine. And now the clock starts. Okay, players getting ready.
I see.
Okay, everyone's voted. Here we go with the range at 3.0. And again, this is a very fast-paced routine. The biggest deductions came on the stretch Jaeger. Bent arms, bent knees. So anyway, you've got a lot of problems in this exercise. Bent arms and bent legs, I've already described. Leg separation, bent body, step on the landing.
취스택네?
Let's take a look at your routine.
No, 취스택.
Really watch that stretch. Jaeger.
Yeah.
Additional swing to start with. Easy to miss.
예. 예? 예? 뭐? 예? 예?
Iya.
야?
Em còn tổng số iya.
예. It's a big fee.
저거 이거야.
Okay. You see the range? Now we're going to move to exercise 3. Last exercise, famous gymnast. Great landing.
potential.
The clock is going.
potential.
Sì,
Okay, ready? Here we go. Okay. Let's not miss that he had an extra swing. You'll be able to count later. He had bent knees, bent arms in the exercise. He had no giant after the Coleman, and also another 3/10 angle deduction. Let's take a look at the exercise.
어?
它有一个空弯以后没有后杠。
You see the range, 1.6 to 2.0. I thank everyone for your listening.